Hello and welcome to this channel. My name is Jackson Muindi. For those who don't know me, consider subscribing and following me in all the social media platforms whereby I share different informations about opportunities when they arise in different parts of the world. Otherwise, this video is about reflections of 2022 now that we are almost ending the year. I'd like to reflect on what has happened throughout the year and try to think what we can do differently during this year 2023, which is about to start in next 1 week and a half or something. So there are different things you should do right now or during the start of the year so that you become ready for immigration. If that is something you want to do, maybe to countries like Canada, UK, the US, and different European countries, and also Asian countries, whereby you can get more opportunities as someone who comes from the continent we call Africa, because most of our economies, most of our countries in Africa, you find that our economies are not doing so well. So that is why we would like to tell our people now to look for opportunities also in other countries, whereas some people will remain in their countries, propping the economy. Otherwise, there are different things you should consider doing. There are different things you should consider checking into or trying to do during the year 2023. So there are always starting points in each and every journey you take, maybe if you want to go abroad. So there's a few things I've jotted down so that I'll be able to share with you so that you can know where to start your immigration journey. So I realized that while working on different aspects in the immigration of different people, I realized that most people do not have a travel passport, and that is a very essential document which initiates your journey to travel or to venture in a foreign market in terms of jobs, in terms of schooling, in terms of volunteering opportunities and different things in the foreign market. So I realized that most countries, especially where I come from, Kenya, there is a challenge of getting the passport because of government, what we call government red tape. It takes like approximately 6 months for someone to get a passport, which is relatively long, and this is a very big bar to entry for most people into immigration. So I was saying, apply for this passport as early as possible. Don't wait for when you need it. Just apply it when you don't need it. So if you need to travel to another country, maybe around September, you can apply for the passport around January, and take your time because you are not in a rush for it. Also, if you are working and comfortable in your country, you can also apply for a passport. And most African countries, the passport takes like 10 years to expire, and that is enough time you have figured out how to make use of your passport. Otherwise, make sure that the whole family, including your spouse and children, everyone has a passport, so that when it comes for you, the opportunity presents itself, you just pick it and run with it. So otherwise, the passport, let's make sure that each and every passport, each and every person has their own passport. This video will be a little bit rambly, so just bear with me. I don't intend to edit it. It will come out as it is. So the second thing which you need to get is what we call language proficiency tests. And this is a big hurdle for most people who want to immigrate to other countries, because you find most of these countries people aspire to immigrate to, they require you to have what we call a language proficiency test, and that is what most people know as IELTS. I know there are varied pronunciations of the acronym for English test. It's IELTS. There's also the German test, which is done at the Goethe Institute, and the other different language proficiency tests which you can take and be ready for immigration. Otherwise, I know they are a little bit expensive, but you can just do it. It takes 2 years to expire, and you need to do a proper timing so that it doesn't expire before you make use of it. I know it's not cheap. Like where I come from, it's around $300, which is not a small amount of money. Otherwise, 30,000 Kenyan shillings, and That's not easy money to get for most people who come from Africa. Otherwise, you need to have it, prepare with it, and go and do it either in the from British Council or what we call IDP. Those are the two accredited bodies which administer the IELTS exam. The other thing you can prepare for your journey abroad is vaccinations. You can make sure that you are vaccinated against the commonest diseases. Let me, for lack of a better word, the commonest diseases which people require to be vaccinated. For example, yellow fever. You need to have a yellow fever in advance vaccination, so that when it comes to your immigration journey, the overall cost of the vaccinations which you need to take or which you need to have is not financially burdening you and pulling you back. I mean, so the other one is education, and in this case, I know education is a very broad topic, but most of these countries you can immigrate based on the kind of education you have. For example, most of these countries like Canada, when you're using the express entry, they require you to provide what we call the educational credential assessment, which most people call WES. WES is just a body which does the what we call educational credential assessment. So it takes like 5 years to expire. So you can make sure that you get an educational credential assessment whereby these bodies assess your educational credentials and equate them to the education in that country. For example, Canada. Also the US, I know, for example, for nurses, there is one which is called CGFNS, which equates your education, your nursing education, to the one in the US. So if you're a person who aspires to immigrate and move to other countries, make sure that you have what we call educational credential assessment, because the whole process takes a lot of time, and also it uses a lot of money. So be prepared with it. Have the credential assessment with you, because they also require you to send documents from your school, whereby your school, university or college sends the document directly to the credential assessment body like WES, or they are different. They are various. Each and every country determines the educational credential assessment body they use. And for Canada, mostly I see most people using World Education Services, which is otherwise it's WES. So make sure that you get the certifications which you need. If you are someone who wants to work in the healthcare field, maybe in the UK, you can get certifications, maybe from Fursa Ujuzi. That is a school in Nairobi which offers the 15 Foundations of Care course, so that they prepare you to work as a senior carer in the US. So I know there's a lot you can do in terms of education, including taking some courses online, like for Coursera, from Coursera, Allison.com. There's also Florence Academy, which is again a body which provides or gives education which is related to healthcare, and it helps people who want to go and get jobs in the UK to get the required educational certifications. Also, make sure that you have what we call international driving license if you're aspiring to go and work in the UK as a carer, and that you can do from that is what is this driving school? It's called Air Driving School. They give or they teach people how to get these international driving license. Also for nurses, make sure that you follow through the whole process of certification from CGFNS, whereby they involve even the nursing council of your country. For Kenya is NCK. And this process, to tell you the truth, it's very, very tasking and tedious, and it takes so much time. So after now you are done with all these things, and you are somehow busy, you are somehow ready for immigration, you also need to start applying for jobs, if that is something you want to use to immigrate to other countries. And jobs you can apply in through websites like Indeed.com. There's also LinkedIn Jobs. There is also Joball. There are so many. There's now Gulf. You aspire to go to countries in the Gulf, and there's a lot. There are so many job banks or places you can apply for jobs directly, or you can apply in companies or directly like FMM for Qatar. That is where most people apply for cleaning jobs and lower cadre jobs, so to speak. So look for avenues or places whereby you can apply for these jobs now after you are ready with the things I've mentioned above. You can now start looking for jobs, and jobs can be different depending on the kind of education and experience you have. That is why I said in another video that you need to be ready with a good CV which is customized, and that is why we were doing a customization of CVs a while back, and we will continue doing it into 2023, so that people are able to get these jobs easily with a customized CV which suits the country, which suits the company, which suits the kind of job you are looking for. So make sure that you have a good CV and a cover letter, which then again propels you or puts you in a better position to be able to net this job you are looking for. Also, if you are someone who is looking for schools or university, make sure that you start applying for schools or universities in the country you want to immigrate to. And each and every school, for example, has its own website. Go to the website, engage the international team, the international liaison team in that university, so that they guide you and they tell you the requirements of an international student and what you need to apply to that school or university. And there are so many community colleges and public colleges in the US and Canada whereby you can get in without so much red tape, so to speak. So research on them, and in this case I'll be giving you a body or an organization which is run by people who have gone through this whole process of immigrating to the US, and they started a body whereby they help people to get financing to study abroad. And I'll share a link in the description of this video so that people can apply and sign up, whereby they will be assisted with financing, which is, I know it's a very huge bottleneck for people who are aspiring to go and study abroad, because finances where we come from is not an easy thing to get. Someone being asked for like $30,000 to go and study in the US can be something which is not easily attainable unless they sell a piece of land or they pool resources together as a family, which is not an easy thing to achieve. Otherwise, you can also apply for volunteering opportunities. For example, I said you can apply for volunteering opportunities at the UN. I said I showed you the website in another video. It's unv.org. You can go there and look for volunteering opportunities. I'll do a separate video about volunteering opportunities in the UN and other places like peoplle.org, whereby people can go and do volunteering work while they pursue other opportunities, because you are not just there to volunteer without looking or vouching for other opportunities which you need to be open to as you volunteer. Also, for young people between the ages of 18 and let's say 26, you can start applying for au pair opportunities, whereby you can go to a country like Netherlands, a country like Poland, a country like there are so many countries, Sweden, Europe, whereby you au pair while which is a what we call a cultural exchange program, whereby you go and learn the culture of that country and the language and come back after your tenure expires. You can also look for what we call student exchange programs. And these are mostly whereby people who are in universities or colleges, maybe in Africa or in Asia, you can do a student exchange program. You can pursue student exchange program whereby they want you to learn the culture and the language of that country and interact with people of that country. And for US, there is one I saw online, which is it's called USA. I'm forgetting the USA something. I'll share the link in the description of this video because I'm forgetting. It's not coming to my mind, but I'll share the link. So make sure that you go to description of this video. Also, make sure that as you do that, you like this video, share it to at least one person, and make sure that you comment something in the comment section of this video. And if you're not subscribed, make sure that you subscribe, because the goal is big. I'll be sharing opportunities when I get them with you through this channel. Now it's called Camp USA. So go to your Google and search Camp USA and look for the different sponsors who sponsor people to go and exchange their culture with the people in the US. And I believe there is also one for Canada. For people who want to get spouses, you can also look for spouses in dating sites. There are various and very many dating sites whereby you can look for spouses who can help you to also immigrate to those other countries. That is a reality. People can marry people from other countries, and that will help in their immigration journey. Let's not deny that fact. You can also look for jobs in websites. Like for Canada, there is a government website which is called canada.ca, and there is a section for jobs. You can look for jobs in that website, which then again will help you to scale your heights and pursue your immigration journey. And there are so many job banks whereby you can look for jobs, like indeed.com. There's also LinkedIn. There is Naukri, there is Jobble. There are so many job banks whereby you can look for jobs, and that will help you now to immigrate to the country of your dreams. Sometimes back, I also shared where people can look for what we call cruise ship jobs, and what we call what is this name? Cabin crew jobs, because those are easy jobs you can get easily, and they require people who are hardworking. And I believe where I come from in Africa, most people are so hardworking, and that is why these cruise ships require different types of people with different careers, with different talents. Maybe for dancers and acrobats, they also require those people. They also require people who have experience in being chefs, being baristas, being waiters. Name them, all these careers, and they are all available in the cruise ship. So make sure that going into 2023, you also pursue these things. And this all boils down to you being ready in the form of having the things I've mentioned above in this video. So make sure that you have all those things before you apply for these jobs in these different cruise ships. And I told you there are so many, there are a handful of there are dozens of cruise ship companies whereby you can apply for jobs. And to mention but a few, there is Carnival Cruises, there is MSC Cruises, there's Viking Cruises, there is Caribbean Cruises. For airways, you can look for KLM, you can look for Qatar Airways. They are always hiring ground staff and cabin crew. Those are low-hanging fruits, so to speak. There's also a company which is called FMM. Qatar is a property management and a cleaning company, whereby you can also look for low cadre jobs, which then again will help you to pursue your immigration opportunities abroad. Also look for jobs in all these job banks, because they are available, and that will help you now to be able to immigrate to the country of your dream. I did not intend for this video to be so long, because it was a rambling video whereby I just wanted to share with you different opportunities going to 2023, and I'll be sharing them in my channels. TikTok is just Jackson Muindi, YouTube is just Jackson Muindi. Make sure that you're subscribed, you click the notification bell, because we'll be going live with opportunities, and we are fired up. Make sure that you watch all the videos in this channel, so that you help us grow further, and you share them to different people. Thank you very much. Make sure that you watch another video which will be linked above in this video. Thank you.